I don't think the music's loud enough that it can be heard, right?
I don't think it's gonna be like super super audible because
Okay.
today, because of our setup, we're using my Max microphone, so it might be a little more audible, but I could like barely hear the music, to be
Oh,
honest.
so I'm just super sensitive.
No, 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 no. Like I hear it, but it's
Yeah.
not like super loud
Yeah,
like it sometimes is.
it's not loud like it used to be.
Yeah. Okay, so can we start?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's up, everybody? Blood Moon Bobby here, back with Penny,
Yay!
who, by the way, has just graduated law school.
Yay!
So, yeah, congratulations. I know law school has been like really tough, but you made it. Yeah, and now you got the bar exam in a couple of months. So how does it feel? I guess we could talk as the game is loading up. It's Wii Sports Resort. But yeah, how does it feel now that you've been for it all?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I've finished everything. Like I still remember when I walked into the law school for the first time. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, for me, I'm just like thinking about how we have like, family and friends who have also been to law school. So now I have like a greater perspective of how tough it is. So, getting to see that, I'm glad you were able to get through it all.
Yeah, but I was telling you like only last night it really hit me like, a lot of these people we're probably going to go our separate ways and yeah.
Yeah, well, without getting into too much detail, because I have been telling people in other places, recently I got my varsity jacket.
Yep.
Yeah, from my cross country days, and because of that, I wanted to reconnect with a lot of my teammates. And at first, when I started to do that, I'm not gonna like make this into a whole big speech. I promise. I was kind of worried that they might be like, why are you talking to me again after all these years? We don't have much in common anymore. But the consensus from what I've gathered is actually people actually do really want to reconnect, especially if they are willing to talk to you again.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that because, lives have changed, your schedule might be different. Some of my friends do live like really far away from me now. But because of the age of social media, at least, you're not going to be in a situation where you're going to be like struggling to find like their phone number or something like that. So,
Yeah, and well, in law school they emphasize how a lot of the people that you work with, if you stay in the same area, you're probably still going to work with them after law school. So I could still run into somebody.
but yeah, it's kind of like what Oprah Winfrey once said about how I'm paraphrasing her, but she was saying, if you have this kind of urge to like reach out to somebody, just call them.
Just do it.
Yeah. Again, especially if you had like really a good relationship with them in the past, and now, oh great, now we're already competing and we haven't even started. Just waving the Wiimotes around. Yeah, so yeah, playing Wii Sports Resort because it won the Twitter or X poll. Does it matter to you what you call Twitter these days?
I still call it Twitter.
Yeah, because I know there's a lot of people, especially people who are very critical of Elon Musk. Like, they don't want to call it X. Like, and to me, because, like, I'm so used to calling it Twitter, especially from my years of, like, studying social media management, I kind of just say both.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like in my mind, which one?
Which one?
Oh, my. Oh, jeez, it's me. Yeah, sorry. I have to go change the batteries on my Wiimote.
So I'm just gonna sit here and talk to.
Actually,
the people.
wait. You know what we could do?
What
Maybe you could start.
Oh, okay. Can I still do it if I'm? Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
just start with your Wiimote. I guess today I'll be player 2.
Okay. Yay! I'm player 1.
Yeah. So basically, just pick whatever sport you want, and you could start off, and talking to everybody.
Oh my goodness! I have to do this by myself.
For for just a minute. So
right.
yeah. So just pick any sport you want. Do you want a nunchuck, or what are you gonna pick?
I don't know. It's been a while. Maybe I'll just do swordplay first.
Oh, okay. Actually, funny enough, because I'm using my Max built-in microphone today, I probably don't need the audio from the Wii, or in our case, the Wii U. So, yeah, just let us know if you can't hear the game. But since, we got loudspeakers, you can hear both our voices in the game itself. Okay,
Yeah.
So yeah, Penny, you can start. I'll go change the batteries.
All right, you guys are stuck with me now. So I guess we'll just do swordplay first. Let's see. It's been a while. We'll try this. Time for a showdown, everybody. Oh, whoops. Alright. I guess that's fine. I'll pretend to be Bobby for a minute. Okay, we only have 2 right here. So let's start with the bridge. Yep. Totally won't knock into anybody, hopefully. Alright. Okay. I hope we do good. Oh. Alright. Okay. I got this. I got this. I think I do. Alright. Ooh. Ooh. Oops. Whoopsie. Whoops. Okay. Alright. Alright. It's a long bridge. But we'll get there. Yeah. Oops. Oops. Okay. Okay. Alright. Alright. Gotta learn to block. Ooh. Whoops. Okay. Got it. Alright, alright. We can get this. Whoops. Alright. Okay. Whoops. Alright. So, yeah.
You're trying to take down this character.
Yes, I have. So...
Just gotta wait for the opening.
Okay, got it.
Yeah!
I forgot how to make... like, when they're blocking, is there a way to, like... get them to, like...
What? Like, lay down the sword?
Or, like, when they're blocking, is there a way to get them to stop blocking?
I don't think so. I think you literally just have to stop and then, like, wait for an opening.
Okay, I played as you, so hopefully I maintained your reputation.
Alright, so I'm back.
Oh man, he's bad.
Okay, so can we do bowling next?
Yeah. Okay, so you're just gonna play as player 2?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I'm in control.
Yeah, let's start with standard. We'll do all... Are you cool with doing all 3?
Yeah, we can do all 3.
Okay. So yeah, 2 players. Oh, lay it on a flat table.
Cool.
Well, I didn't really lay it on a flat table.
Where am I? Oh. Huh?
Yeah, where's your me?
Yeah,
what happens if you click?
Oh, there I am.
Okay.
So, okay.
Which, by the way, yeah, some of the Miis you see here we got from the Check Me Out channel, aka Me Contest channel, I think in Europe.
Yeah.
Just letting it that be known.
Yep. Okay, get it.
Yeah. Too bad we can't do like a sort of nostalgia trip of like going back to the like Check Me Out channel or the Everybody Votes channel because you know those have been discontinued by Nintendo.
Yeah.
Okay, so we good?
I guess so.
Oh, you have to click OK because you're player 1 today.
I'm not used to being player 1 very much.
Okay, you're first. Scooch out of your way. At least we get to play our favorite colors because you like blue. I prefer red.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Woo. Oh. Trying to go for a strike.
You remember those days when like people were getting in those accidents where they're accidentally like hitting each other with Wiimotes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why they started to put like the Wii Remote jacket.
Yep.
And they used the much more secure wrist straps because I think people were also having a problem where they were like breaking their TVs with their Wii remotes.
Yeah.
It's okay. At least you did a much better job than when I did, you know, in real life bowling when I went to that high school mammoth camp that I don't shut up about. Because that was like the first time I did bowling without like the bumpers you would see on the gutter. So I was just like, you know, in utter shock of how bad I did. But, you know, the team just told me, you know, hey, you're not a professional at bowling. You know, you're going to be a great photographer.
Like, it's all about having fun.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Oh, that's kind of...
You can still do it.
I can still do it. Maybe. Probably not gonna... Ooh, I got it!
Told you.
Sweet. Your turn.
Okay. I just realized they gave me a pink bowling ball. I want red.
It's not red? I thought it was red. Oh, well...
Okay.
Well, it's kind of... I think it's red. It just looks pink just because...
Lighting?
Yeah. We'll just say it's red. That was nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trained not to call attention to that kind of stuff. I accidentally knocked down a piece of plastic.
Oh.
It's like... Yay! It's like what my broadcasting teacher said in middle school, where he was like, even if the studio catches fire, just keep talking. But what he was getting at is don't get distracted. When
Oh,
how nice. If like something goes awry. I remember one time I was watching a CNET video. I think they were covering this booth that Sony had at the Consumer Electronics Show, CES. And there was this one person that kept trying to talk to the host, and the host had to just pretend that she's not there. Like, he just kept going and talking about the booth.
So,
yeah, that's one of those broadcasting lessons that stuck with me for, like, what? Like 15 years now? God, I'm old.
Well, yeah, I tend to pay too much attention to, like, little details.
For the record, though, there was never a fire in my, when I used to do TV news in middle school.
Yeah. Well, thank goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of funny how back then, am I actually gonna get a spare? Please, yes, I did it.
Yay.
Yeah. It's kind of funny, but it's sort of like, I think a lot of people watching the stream know that, you know, I like, being a journalist and talking about, well, in my case, like, you know, animation and video game news. But back then, it's weird. I didn't really see the signs that maybe this could be something that could be like my, you know, at least some kind of career someday, you know?
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's weird. It's like, so I was the, you know, weatherman. When I went to journalism class, I wasn't just using any other computer. My teacher actually let me use his computer for updating the school website and such. You know, so I didn't realize those were early signs of, you know, maybe this could be my career.
Yeah.
And now looking back, that's why in high school I spent 3 years thinking, you know, oh, I'm going to be a computer science student. And that didn't really play out.
Yeah. Well, people switch careers and fields all the time.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you ever have that sort of feeling of maybe this could be a thing? I know the law school thing, that didn't really come up until you graduated college, right?
Yeah, it was because as a creative writing major, I was kind of struggling to, like, really find a job. I was working as a proofreader, but that was temporary. And I just thought, well... And this is not really the attitude you're supposed to go to law school with. But I was just kind of like, well, I'll try it and see if I can, you know, grow into the legal field.
Yeah.
And then I graduated, so...
Well, that's good, yeah. Because I think that's a really scary idea, I think, for any job, thinking, you know, oh, I'll grow into it. I think you have to at least sink your teeth into it in some way at first. Like, when I got into social media management, before, you know, I was doing Blood Moon Bobby, I had a news blog website, and I was doing, like, very basic social media when it came to that.
Yeah.
So at least with something like that, I had the early signs that, you know, maybe I could do okay in social media.
Like, I think you have to at least have, like, some interest in it.
Yeah.
And I did have some interest, so yeah.
Yeah. And I think you said because you've always been a really good writer, and you said, didn't you say something like some of the like classes you did your best in was anything that involved a lot of writing?
Yeah, actually, when you first start law school, a lot of people struggle with the writing because you have to kind of change the way you think about it and change the way you actually write.
Yeah.
But once you get used to it, then you can really like improve the way you do it. Nice one.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of when I went into journalism because I was trained in what's called AP or the Associated Press style of writing. So I had to like learn a lot of like different ways in terms of like grammar and things like that.
Yeah.
Which I still like use today. Even when I do my YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bowling next to Bart Simpson. Next to, one of the Mii's that I downloaded from the Check Me Out channel. And Nintendo's coming out with a successor to the Switch.
Yeah.
I want them to bring back, like, something like the Everybody Votes channel or the Check Me Out channel. Because we were even able to get, like, our parents interested in the Everybody Votes channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know some people are going to say, oh, those days are over. Who cares about, like, making something that's super family friendly and like togetherness, but it's like, I still miss that. And especially a Check Me Out channel because we live in a day and age of things like DeviantArt and Tumblr. I'm sure people are still coming up with creative Mii's all the time. They just don't really have like a really good outlet to like put those Mii's of Bart Simpson or Homer or really any character. It doesn't have to be The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Like, I know one of the Mii's that we still have to this day is a Mii of Aang from Avatar The Last Airbender, which, by the way, I'm going to be reviewing the live-action show soon.
Our scores are a little closer.
Yeah.
Well, I think people are still kind of doing it with, like, one of those... It's not Tomodachi Life, but one of those games.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, yeah, I want a sequel to Tomodachi Life.
I mean, that was fun.
Yeah. Quirky game, but still fun.
Uh-huh.
Okay, can I get to all 3 of them, or am I going to flub it?
Whoa!
Oh, wow, strike!
Yeah.
I guess something interesting, I talked to you about this before, but I think one of the things that kind of surprised me about, like, our friends and family that are lawyers...
Looks like you bested me this time.
I did, but you still have the overall highest score.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's, lawyers who are, like, very opinionated and and things like that. But, like, when I think about, like, you have to hit quit.
Great.
Like, our cousin or my friend who was my cross-country captain who eventually became a lawyer, the 3 of you aren't exactly the most, like, opinionated people I've met. At least not, when I just, like, socialize with you guys.
Yeah, because, well, I think at least in law school, you kind of have to be open-minded to like a lot of different circumstances. Like if you have a case, you kind of have to think about, well, this might have happened, but this also might have happened. So yeah, it's important to consider all the options and have flexible thinking.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay, so back to bowling. We're gonna do the 100 pin round.
This one's fun.
Yeah. 3,000. Can't say I ever got that score.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess you're first.
Ooh. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Good start.
Good start.
But can you get all of those pins?
It's gonna be tough. One all the way in the corner. Oh. Man. I could have hit that one. Alright, your turn.
Okay.
Show me what you got. Nice.
He is. Yeah, maybe I'll try. I noticed you were doing something like this. Maybe I should give this a try.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
You know, lately, when it comes to reconnecting with a lot of my teammates
Yeah?
from the cross-country days, I realized back then in high school the reason I think I was so socially awkward was because I didn't really allow myself to have fun, and I took a lot of things too seriously. Like, I'm even having, like, remembering some moments where I could have told a teammate this or that.
Yeah.
And I think because, like, I was so, like, concerned about, you know, like, social rules and things like that.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't even, like, you know, open my mouth at times where I could have.
Yeah.
So, I'm hoping, I mean, I can't reconnect with everybody, but I hope that, you know, the ones that I can, you know, I could have more of those kind of moments where I can be fun.
Yeah.
And more social.
Wow.
Wow, I got it. Spare, okay.
Cool. Yeah, I found that as I get older, I'm not that old.
Yeah.
I find that if you kind of worry a little bit less about things and don't think too hard, you know, life gets easier.
Yeah.
Some things you have to think hard about, but most of the time it's not one of those situations.
Yeah, if you're just kind of hanging out or, like, let's say celebrating somebody's birthday, it's like that's when you can take it easy a bit.
How far can we okay.
But yeah, it's interesting because you were showing me a commencement speech, like, earlier, not yours, but the same college, talking about how there's this kind of pressure of, you know, you have to be at your A game, and I was very guilty of that in high school and especially college.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, in college, like, I was very afraid to, oops.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Of making mistakes, especially because I became an editor at my college newspaper. And I was just concerned, you know, if I asked for help, that, like, they were going to be like, you know, why do you need to ask for my help? Aren't you an editor?
I mean, I did have one professor who was kind of like, don't ask too many questions, and so that made a lot of us be like, okay, I guess we won't ask questions, but usually the reality is if you have a question, you should ask it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good job. I especially realized that, you know, after I went to work, because really, when I went into the workplace, that's where those kind of, like, thinking of don't ask questions, and that's when it really bit me in the butt, to be quite honest, and now I'm getting much better.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't ask questions, I mean, that can cause more problems, actually.
Yeah. And I just realized it's my turn. I was so blown away that you got a strike.
I'm so amazing.
You have to say it in the Huell Hauser voice. That's amazing!
Jinx, you owe me a soda. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's one way. And, you know, I think about, like, how people often talk about, like, the really, like, famous people who are on PBS, like Bob Ross or Fred Rogers. And, you know, I really, you know, enjoy watching those people, too. But I don't really hear people talk about Huell Hauser as much. And I think part of it is just because he was more famous in California. Maybe even Tennessee, because he was from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I would say to people who are, like, interested, because I do get some, especially on TikTok, people saying stuff like, you know, oh, I'm going to visit the United States, or I want to visit Northern California.
Yeah.
What I'd say to that is, look up Huell Hauser, look up California's Gold.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if, you know, you're not really going to watch a show because you want to learn about California, just the fact that, you know, he you know, seemed like a very friendly person and, you know, clearly loved his job.
Yeah.
And, you know, I wished I had more of that sort of, like, you know, very, like, you know, energetic and friendly personality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I think that's something that a lot of people who go into YouTube or, like, making TikTok videos, if they're not very confident, you're going to realize early on your audience is going to pick up on that. Like, you know, even if you're having a bad day, you still have to present yourself as, like, this, like, kind of outgoing, or at least just somebody who, you know, has like a bit of an expertise in what you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I watch a travel video. I know I'm probably not gonna actually go to that place, but like, I just like, it feels like you're hanging out with somebody.
Yeah. And yeah, and I would say my interest in the Olympics has kind of gotten me into learning about like the history of, the different host countries. I've learned a bit about like, French history, South Korean history, Japanese culture, and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that kind of thing where it's like, you learned who hosted like the 2020 or 2018 Olympics. You should learn more about both the good and the bad times, because every country has been through its share of glorious moments and also tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and I always feel like even if you don't become like an expert in like, whether it's Singapore or Canada, if you learn even just a little bit about a different place, then you're opening yourself up to just how, much bigger and more dramatic the world is,
Yeah.
Especially because, like Singaporean history was never something I learned about in high school, or Canadian history, but it's still fun to learn.
Yeah. Woo.
Nice. We're doing really well in this.
Yeah.
I guess it's just kind of showing like how well you do. Sometimes it's just spontaneous. You don't know until you try.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like waiting for that moment. It's like, are we gonna hit our controllers like that? There's like a YouTube channel you once showed me where they were playing 1-2 switch and they were like accidentally like hitting each other with the Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
A couple times. Not that we're gonna try to do that. I'm just kind of like, oh god, I hope we don't.
Well, I certainly hope we don't start sabotaging each other. That would be bad.
Yeah, but we can't really do that here because they don't allow us to play at the same time. Strike. Wow.
Wow.
Damn, you're doing good.
Yeah, blue ball's the best. Wait, blue ball.
Just pretend Twitch, and eventually YouTube didn't hear that. Huh. Mies didn't like swing around when I dropped the ball. Let me see if I could do that again. Oh, it's I guess it's in the main game where you see the Mies spinning and their disappointment.
Yeah. Cool.
So, like, I don't know. Do you have, like, 3, like, pieces of advice for anybody going into law school?
Oh, well, I mean, there's a lot of things to think about. One of them is obviously the financial aspect. If you can afford it, then, and you really want to get into law, then I think it's worth it. And, well, let's see. I think it also helps to have a good group of friends, because like a lot of people say, you get to suffer together, and you can help each other out. I know that there were some students who weren't like, I guess, likable, because they're kind of like, what's your rank, and what grade did you get? So I guess try not to be like that too much. It's okay to talk about like your rank and your grade, but like, don't use it to put other people down.
Right.
Again, it's the kind of thing where like, you might be working with these people, so you don't want to burn bridges if you don't have to.
Certainly not.
And of course there's the imposter syndrome thing. I mean, everybody feels it. Ooh, another one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I certainly felt that way, in college and high school myself.
Yeah, but if you work hard, and then, and if you just generally believe in yourself, you'll find your place.
Yeah.
You don't have to try to be anybody else at law school.
Certainly not. Yeah, because Yeah, these, I think they're also lessons I wished I, would have realized when I was studying journalism in college.
Yeah.
Ooh, can you get those last two pins? Let's see. Yeah, but I mean, I was just asking you these, I'm asking these tips because people do sometimes ask me, what high school advice can you give and that kind of stuff.
Oh, and another thing that's very, very specific to law school, and I was talking to you about it earlier, is just, like, when you do, like, the practice test, students tend to think that you have to memorize, like, all the rules and then do the practice. Yeah. But actually what you have to do is you just throw yourself into the practice. Even if you know it's gonna suck, it's actually doing it that matters.
Yeah, because if you don't even try, how are you supposed to grow? Oh, but...
Well, you tried.
Yeah. But still, I mean, well, this is applicable to, like, the game we're just playing. You're still, it's surprisingly well. Like, just the fact, yeah. Because, like, I don't get strikes. I don't remember the last time I got a strike.
Yeah.
Oh, but in this case, I saw the high score. So maybe there was, I just don't remember. Both of us got awards. Wow, they're being really generous. Okay, so we'll do the last bowling game, which is the spin control.
Okay.
But as I was saying, I feel like the general high school advice I could give, mostly to people who are like, who aren't doing well in like the academic side, is just like find, ways to sort of build up your skills in like, if it's not academic. Like I was saying, when I got to my senior year of high school and realizing, okay, I can't go on the comp sci path anymore or else I'm not even going to be able to get into a college because my grades were so bad, that's when I put down my math book and picked up my camera instead and thinking, I got to go back into journalism. So that's why I started to do like a lot of independent projects and get involved in photography. And it helps that in my cross-country team, the head coach was also a photographer.
Yeah.
So... yeah, I've talked about those. I don't know about Twitch, but I certainly brought that up on, like, TikTok before. Big dramatic moment there.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that we're talking about, you just learn by doing.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, that's where I really learn best. Especially as somebody who's a very hands-on learner. I sometimes feel like I'm, this YouTuber I'm thinking of who says, I can't learn things unless I'm being shown, and I feel very much the same way about myself.
Yeah.
Especially because up until college, I was really more of a self-taught videographer and photographer. Well, actually, no, that's not entirely true, because I took Photoshop classes in my junior year, and then in my senior year, I went to the multimedia class. So that was where I learned editing, but in terms of actually taking pictures, I had to learn much of that myself.
Yep.
Like, I remember once watching, without getting too geeky, a camera review, and the person was bringing up terms like shutter speed and aperture. So I was like, oh, okay, what's shutter speed and aperture? So I had to actually go and convince our mom to get me a DSLR so that I could learn those things.
Yeah. So, I mean, the important thing in any kind of venture that you go on, which you go on a journey, is that you have to...
Yeah, the piece is starting to move, so you have to keep that in mind.
Is that you actually have to do the work.
Yeah. Sometimes it helps if the work, it's the kind of thing where you don't realize, like, how big of a step, you just feel like you're doing your usual shtick.
Yeah.
Like, I probably mentioned this before, especially on TikTok, but one of the first, like, big video projects I did in high school was filming my teammates' homecoming coronation. Why did I do it? It's literally because the parent who usually films that, well, their daughter graduated, so he couldn't do it anymore, so I kind of unofficially took the job.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that, that was... in a lot of ways, me restarting my interest in journalism.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't know. Do you think we're gonna have to cut it short here?
That's okay. That's okay. We can keep going. Just keep going.
Okay.
Nice spare! Good pickup!
Bye.